On Sunday afternoon, January 25th, 2026, Santa Monica Conservancy hosted Happy Birthday Marion at the Marion Davies Guest House at the Annenberg Community Beach House. Guests arrived in vintage-inspired attire from the 1920s and 1930s, enjoying live music, dance demonstrations, guided docent tours, and historical reflections, celebrating the life and legacy of silent film star Marion Davies.
You've got charms. It would really be a sin not to have you in my arms. I'm wet, bottling my nature. I'm full of that vitamin A. Here we 2 or 3, maybe we won't be too old.
Oh, every little breeze is sighing of love undying at sundown, and every little bird is resting, feather nesting at sundown. Each little bluebird is sleeping, while shadows are creeping, and in a little cottage cozy the world seems rosy at sundown, with a loving smile to greet you, always meet you at sundown. I seem to sigh, I'm in heaven, when night is long and love is calling me home. Oh, every little breeze is sighing of love undying at sundown, and every little bird is resting, feather nesting at sundown. Each little bluebird is sleeping, while shadows are creeping, and in a little cottage cozy the world seems rosy at sundown, with a loving smile to greet you, always meet you at sundown.
Monkeys up in a tree never are very blue. They never seem to be under par, that is true. Not like the ones you see on a guard in a zoo. Monkeys up in the tree do the monkeys do. Let me take you by the hand. You play something like
No alcohol.
Jewelry of the time and other vintage finds. And she's also carrying a very early teens, early 20s Whiting and Davis top gate mesh bag. I've seen photos, I've never seen one in person. Isn't that awesome? Wow. Margot introduced herself before I came up, but she is the Art Deco Society of Los Angeles current executive director. She's an admirer of fashion, color, and textiles from earliest memory, learned to sew when she was 8 or 9, and has had a lifelong passion for dabbling in needlecrafts, crafting projects, jewelry, and of course, Art Deco. Give Margot a hand. Delightful. All right, our next fabulous and talented model is Corinne Lock-Noble. Corinne is wearing, check it out, what is called the Queen Mary coat. Okay, this is where you ooh and ah. Okay, the oohing was good, now the awing. Oh, excellent, thank you. This coat was inspired and a coat worn by Peaches Browning in 1925. And there's a picture of Peaches wearing this coat on the deck of the Queen Mary docked in Long Beach. Queen Mary ship as her pattern. Corinne used the Queen Mary ship as her pattern. The Queen Mary only has 3 ship stacks, as does this coat. Now, what you need to know is all of this is cotton and linen appliques that were drafted and sewn by hand by Corinne. Yes, this is where you really give her the hands, right? All right, let's talk about her dress, shall we? Although we could just keep talking about the coat. The dress is the Banks of the Nile dress. This dress is a 1924-1926 two-piece embellished 1-hour dress, is what it was called, that anyone can make. I don't know, Corinne. That's what it says in your notes. This dress has won awards at the Gatsby Picnic in Oakland and the Gion Art Deco in New Zealand. The dress and all of the appliques are silk. Corinne saw a picture of a similar 1920s dress on the internet in 2010, about 10 years before she made the coat. She learned how to applique, and that's when she jumped into making this sensational dress. She's also wearing a 1920s leather handbag. There it is. And the shoes are original 1920s leather with side cutouts and replaced with rayon shoelaces. Her sewing journey began, like many of us, in home ec in 7th grade. All right. And she loves wearing these things for the Art Deco events. Thank you, Corinne. All right, take a breath. Our next gorgeous, talented model is Mary Lisa Bolton. She is strutting her stuff. Do it, Mary Lisa. She is wearing a garden party dress made to a 1927 themed wedding that she attended in 2018. This was a pattern from a vintage pattern lending library. The pattern is a direct replica from the 1920s. The fabric is floral silk chiffon print with yellow underslip copied from a vintage slip. The underslip itself is stunning. So, I mean, the whole ensemble is just gorgeous. The dress design features tucks at the shoulders, V-neck with loose knot tie, drop waistband, and curved hip drapes on each side to accent the beautiful flow of the fabric. And she punctuates it with her fox fur stole. Mary Lisa, I love your bio. In elementary school, her piano teacher suggested to her mother that she sell the piano and find something else that Mary Lisa would excel. And that turned out to be a sewing machine and a sewing class, which ended her music career, but sparked her creativity and her eventual career as a graphic designer. And, of course, her love of Art Deco. Thank you, Mary Lisa. Gorgeous. Alrighty. And we have our next beautiful and talented model, Susie Henderson. Susie, here she comes. Now, this dress is all about the details. This is inspired by a 𝗩𝗡𝗧𝗔𝗚𝗘𝗦 1928 silk presentation dress with signature ribbon roses, all handcrafted by Susie Henderson. She saw a picture of this gown from the Met and was shown in a class in costume college, and she was so enraptured she vowed to make an interpretation of this gown. She received a book on how to do the ribbons, and she followed that. And then she also went with a more dramatic approach by going black rather than a paler palette. The base of the dress is black silk in place of a train. It has flowing panels down the back. There she goes. Don't twirl too fast there, Susie. Vintage feathered pieces were combined with additional ribbon roses to make the headpiece. Took many months to create this dress, as you can only imagine. Like many of us, Susie has sewn since she was a teenager, began costuming in the 1980s, and with her first 1885 gown made for a Sherlock Holmes ball that won first prize. Wow, kazowie, we want to see that one too. Since that time, she's just been sewing and making fabulous, fabulous things. Thank you for sharing that with us, Susie. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Our next delightful and lovely model, Martha Davis. Give her a hand. Martha is wearing a day dress patterned directly from a 1933 German pattern magazine. This dress, she says, would have been a dress a home sewer in the 1930s would have made as she was extending her wardrobe for the season, perfect for an afternoon shopping with friends or tea, but could be dressed up for cocktails if needed. But here's what you need to know. This dress is made of a rayon satin. It's shiny on one side and flat on the other. She alternated the pieces of shiny and satin to give this relatively plain dress some interest. But what I think you really want to notice are the pin tuck details that Martha has done on this dress. And if you've ever sewn anything, you would know that is a lot of detail and a lot of talent to get those pin tucks just right. Also, her hat and gloves are family hand-me-downs from her great aunt Elsie and grandmother from the 1930s. We want to always give them credit. Martha has been sewing since 7th grade when her cousin taught her how to make a circle skirt for Halloween. And then she's been sewing ever since. Passion is beautiful fabrics and attending lots of Art Deco events. Thank you, Martha. Gorgeous, darling. All right, and our final, but not to be ignored model is Suzanne Cooper. She is the woman with the allure, as you can see. Suzanne is wearing a rust lace dress in a 1930s style. It has a boat neck in front and a shallow V at the back neckline. There is a narrow edging in matching silk that forms the hems. Under it, yes, we are going to talk about what's under it, is the black slip. It is not vintage, but the girdle is vintage style, made by Rego. Gloves, modern in copper color. There's also a rhinestone engraved crystal buckle on the belt that is authentic to the period, and a heavily beaded clutch purse in copper. And I think your hair matches too. Yeah. And the coat I don't have the detail on your coat. Oh, it was made by Martha.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic. It's gorgeous. It looks great with that dress. Suzanne has painted and made things since she was a kid. She learned to sew in high school because she wanted clothes she couldn't afford. Ditto. And started collecting vintage clothes in college. But then when she started doing ballroom dancing, she decided she wanted to make her own. So I think that's a very common expression for a lot of us, is that we want to make our own. All right. And those are our fabulous models. And actually, I'd love to have the models just do a walkthrough if you would be so kind. Kat, come on down. All right, here we go. So you can get one more look at the fabulous models and all of your appreciation. Yeah, that's good. Check it out. We want to thank you so much for your attention, and we hope you enjoyed this. We'd love to talk to you at the Art Deco Society of Los Angeles table, and we can tell you more about our upcoming events, including our makers group. In our makers group, we have an event, a Zoom event coming up next Thursday. It's called Coasters and Cocktails, where we are going to be making coasters, and yes, we are going to be mixing and imbibing in cocktails. Notice I brought a coaster that I wanted to make sure that it matched my dress. So, you know, you can do what you want at our coasters event. We'd love to see you there on Thursday. Oh, it's on Zoom. If you come to our table, we'll give you the QR code and you can jump in there and attend with us. Well, I want to thank you so much. We have had a delightful time being with all of you this afternoon. Thank you.
I thought, were there tours or how's it?
Yeah, there's tours.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are at the house, which is the same as that building right there. This is where are we? Here is where we are. And this was Marion Davies, who was a film star in the 20s and 30s, starting from pre-talkies and the talkies, and the paramour was William Randolph.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And it's a huge pool. And this is a promotional picture that was taken with Marion in the front of the house. This is the way the house is built, but it's hard to see the view. If you look at it from this perspective, I think, you can see the house is actually built in a U. Here, here, and here. This is where we are over here. And then down here, were the servants' quarters. Yeah. So, if you go up, okay, here's a good picture. This is the main house. This was the tennis court. It doesn't exist anymore. This is the interior house. I mean, it's just my first castle. So,
Anyway, so they met and he was on the January. Fabulous Jones
So many clothes to the
the beach. That's not normal, but then you forget it was back
Yes,
then.
oh, I love all
I was
those
wearing jean
periods.
shorts when I come here.
I know, right?
And so the tile in there was just my tile. So it must be a downstairs.
That's my favorite.
The black and white one that's already in front of her, she said.
Right, but that's this house here, right? The one on the left side? So we have concluded that that was the guest house. That's just the one you have. Oh, right, so this is all part of the. She's designed trip castles. And several buildings to make the girl.
I showed you, I think, these two.
You know, I think it has a three pool.
Okay, that's okay.
And I mean, it's lavish, it's grand. And she had to work with a lot of. That's, yeah, I'm sure of that. No question. It's closer. We should go
I got you, I think.
Oh, it's just,
It's not an exaggeration.
Not at all. You know, like, do you want to reach out at all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, right? Don't move. Don't move, that's perfect. And one more slightly angle. Okay, send that. And make him happy. And she's been having another. Leave your room by yourself. and enjoy themselves. They can sit in this house anytime they want to and read, play cards, whatever they want, and they can also hold public, dances and art galleries and whatever. That's why Wallace Annenberg got involved. It was torn down many years before this place was brought back up to code. Many years. I don't think it was quite that late, was it? I think because I can guarantee you Social Security. But I am not the one.
That is translated. Yeah, I was like a regular.
I don't go as much anymore.
Where the great edges. Right. But what happened was the city of Santa Monica wanted to put a deep water port over where the pier is. And what happened was they called in the Army Corps of Engineers. They did scheme 1, they did scheme 2, they finally did scheme 3 because the other 2 failed, and they did not get the deep water part. I mean, that never worked out. But what it did is the sand started to migrate, and instead of
Martha's dress is a 1922 reproduction of a V&A gown she made for her workshop sponsored by Art Deco Society of Los Angeles a few years back. This dress is deceptively challenging. It was made for
Hello. And hello. And here I was thinking, I don't think I know anyone here. And a hug for you too. There you go.
Cynthia and I from the Historical Ball and Dance Studies Janet's also going to do a waltz. We'll show you how that works. Yeah. A simple box to do with those cookies. Come on over here. She's on our email list for 15 years. Her first time dancing. Come on.
Let's all face the stage here, and we're going to start with your right foot, and we're going to do 4 steps. So we're stepping back, tap. You don't put your foot all the way down. So again, it's just tap, step, kick, step, tap, step, kick, step, tap, step. Still going to tap our heel, tap the other heel, and then do 1 and 1.
monkey. Good. Nice. Let's hear a little bit of the for the monkeys here. Okay, while we're dancing, we're going to be welcoming back the Parlor Boys, featuring Janet. Okay, give Cynthia a hand. Give me a hand.
I'll say he's hot, he's got just what and raise his cane. Husbands tie their wives up with a ball and chain.
Oh, every little breeze is sighing of love undying at sundown. And every little bird is resting, feather nesting at sundown. Each little bluebird is sleeping, while shadows are creeping. And in a little cottage cozy, the world seems rosy at sundown. With a loving smile to greet you, always meet you at sundown. I seem to sigh, I'm in heaven, when night is long and love is calling me
Oh, baby, diamond bracelets pulling, doesn't
That's it, follow Cynthia. Don't need a partner, just join in the parade. That's it, everyone. Come on, you guys. Hi. You're the entertainment now.
Anyway, I'd like to introduce Ruth Ann Lerner and Nan Freeman right now to give some closing comments. Ladies?
Hi everybody, welcome to this wonderful birthday celebration. I'm Ruth Ann with the Santa Monica Conservancy, and we are the docent volunteers who provide the experience of enjoying and understanding this unique place that we're celebrating today, and all the wonderful and special people who made it what it is. Thanks so much to our partners at the Annenberg Community Beach House, Nan Friedman, the manager, and Keith Hamilton, and all the staff. We have a very unique collaboration. The Santa Monica Conservancy, being a nonprofit organization, works in collaboration with the city to bring wonderful experiences for all of you here. And the tours at the beach house, which is open for the public tours on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays from noon to 2. So come back for a deeper dive into the stories of the beach house and the people. I'd like to also mention that the Santa Monica Conservancy offers many tours of historic Santa Monica. We have a number of volunteers. Any of you interested in volunteering or getting more information from the Conservancy, we have a table and a sign-up place over here. We encourage you to come back again for our birthdays of the future. I'd like to also invite you to our next special event at the beach house, which is Julia Morgan Legacy Day. Another phenomenal woman, Julia Morgan, who is one of the superstars of the history here at the beach house. We celebrate her legacy on Sunday, March the 1st, and there's a speaker and special Julia Morgan focused presentations by the docents. So put that on your calendars and come back for that. Thank you all for coming. We love that so many of you are in vintage costume. Plan on it again next year, the last Sunday in January. January being Marion Davies' birthday month. So thanks for coming, and I'd like to introduce Nan Friedman, Beach House Manager.
I don't have a whole lot to say after that. Ruth Ann and the Conservancy, they're just incredible partners. Phyllis Judick, who had to leave, but she was the docent who was in charge of putting the program together with the docent council. So well, in absentia, we're going to clap for Phyllis because she did such an amazing job bringing all of our fabulous entertainers here. Yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit more whoopee, and after that we're gonna take a group photo so you can see we've reserved some chairs here for folks who don't want to stand, or who aren't standing. We invite you to take those chairs. And who's here for the first time? Anybody here for the first time? Fantastic. We're thrilled to have you. We do year-round programming, and yeah, just follow us on social media, sign up for our newsletter. We have so many things. I just want to make sure we thank all of our partners, the Santa Monica Conservancy. This is the first year we've done a fashion show with the Art Deco Society of Los Angeles, the Makers Group. Amazing. We're so happy to have you here. We have the historic Ballroom Dance Club and the founders of the historic Ballroom Dance Club at UCLA, James and Cynthia, which we're thrilled to have. We have Janet Klein and the Parlor Boys and her Parlor Boys. So grab a photo, grab the last cookie, and also big thanks to Heath, our everything over there, our glue. And please come back, visit the guest house. That's it. And well, we're after a little whoopee, we're going to do a group photo. It's fabulous.
Welcome again to Marion's birthday party. I hope you're all having a great time. Let me hear it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, Marion was unable to join us today because she's shooting a movie in the south of France. But she sends all her love to everyone, and she's here in spirit. But you know, I wrote a little toast for Marion, and I'd like to recite it for you now. The bungalow is on the bum, the studio is stupid. For life moves rather slow unless there's some companionship with Cupid. Mars is all right to strive and fight, and from our foes to screen us. But there are times when our thoughts and rhymes turn longingly to Venus. So while I write with such delight of armies and of navies, the sweetest thing to whom I sing, the muse to whom my soul I fling, the idol to whose feet I cling, is lovely Marion Davies. Happy birthday, Marion. Let's all sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marion. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Many more. Let's keep meeting like this.
We have one more. We need to raise our glass to one more very unique woman who contributed tremendously to creating this beautiful beach club that we all enjoy today. And that would be Wallace Annenberg. Here, here. We thank you, Wallace, and we thank the Annenberg Foundation for their generous contributions. Here's to Wallace. Everybody keep having a good time. We'll see you.
Do you have the whoopee spirit?
Three, two, one,
Get as
hold
close
it.
to them as possible. And I'm going to be shooting in this direction so we can have a lovely Marion Davies behind. So those on this stage.
Yeah, tell them to look forward.
Better in that second, third row. I can't see you at all. I would see you better if you're down on the ground. If you're smaller, please stand in the back.
Everybody look right here. Look at Sarah. If you're not looking at Sarah, Red Parade, please look at Sarah. Thank you.
You want a photo? You want to be in the photo? Okay, great. Everybody's gorgeous. Yay!
One more with a big happy birthday, Marion.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Marion! Photo, please.